Welcome to The Read Along,
a mini book club for your ears.
I'm your host, Scott.
I'm your other host, Anita.
And join us on a journey through a good book,
one chapter at a time.
Do you like talking about movies? Do you like talking about mediocre movies? Do you like talking about how you could have fixed mediocre movies? Well, I certainly do, and you can listen to me, Scott C. Bourgeois, along with my co-hosts Greg Beaver and Liam Creswick, as we give our notes, and I have some notes. You can follow it now on your podcatcher of choice or support it by visiting patreon.com/IHaveSomeNotes. Sometimes you have a fun weekend.
And sometimes that fun is exhausting.
Yeah. Anita and I have taken many years off from participating in Extra Life because we have two small children, and it's hard to game for 24 hours when you have two small children.
If you don't know, Extra Life is a great big fundraiser for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Yeah.
Our local hospital here is the Stollery, kind of a big deal. And yeah, the premise is that you collect pledges and you video game or game in general, actually, for 24 hours and raise money, and it's a great cause.
Mm-hmm. We have some friends who we regularly Extra Lifed with previously, and who have continued without us for many years. And
they don't have small children.
Indeed. This year they came over and used our place for their home base, and we took part to support them, not because we were specifically raising money this year. But this was kind of like a test run for maybe being able to do that next year.
Yeah.
It went pretty good, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. We have a new house with a little more space in it, and it's easier for us to host these kinds of things, and I like to do it. So yeah, our contribution this year, we didn't do a big fundraiser thing, but we supported our friends by offering them like space and food and company as well. And I'm going to, I haven't yet, but I fully intend to pledge to their campaign still before the thing closes.
Indeed. And next year, maybe we'll actually take part fully.
Next year, I might be more on the ball.
Looking forward to that. But in spite of the 24 hours of games and the very weird, tired day yesterday, we did manage to get the book read, and we should get into it.
Yes.
Some answers from our questions last week. Yeah, things to discuss, I think. But before we get into that, a brief recap of our previous chapter, Chapter 11 of our novel, in which Zaxis and Zarkanar both show up to the wizard's conclave.
Wizard Con, I don't know.
Acknowledge the Garlic Festival and make themselves at home. There's a very awkward dinner, which not only tastes terrible, but also is interrupted by an assassination attempt. The assassin gets immolated, and Gav, having perhaps finally at long last reached rock bottom, realizes that he's not going to stand here and just be doomed. If he's doomed anyway, he'll be damned if he's not going out without swinging. So he goes to ask the princess for help, only to find her in a particularly bad mood. And that's where we find ourselves at the beginning of Chapter 12 of Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis. So Gav is as floored as we were at the end of last chapter by her like mood.
Just being upset.
But it does clear up what exactly went on as well. Lord Chicken Pants and Princess Eliasha heard the screams of the immolated assassin from all the way down the hall.
Oh, of course. And of course, the murmurs through all the goblin staff,
yeah,
right?
Someone got destroyed. And she's like, you said that you were going to stop this, and you didn't.
Well, no, first she accuses him
of having done the immolation.
Yeah. And he was like, no, that wasn't me.
That was
Zarkanar. And she's like, but you didn't stop him. And he's like, well, yeah, the scary man. But here's the thing. She is right. She's right. Gav probably should have done something about that instead of letting someone get killed. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that Gav is in the wrong.
No,
at the same time, right?
This is a complicated situation, and if Gav had stood up, he might have been the one who was immolated.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And then she is
Doomed.
because there's no one there to help her.
That's basically what I said. I was like, great, you can praise him as a martyr moments before you are used in a horrible, evil ritual.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the moral high ground.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I don't think she has any right to be angry at him for not being able to do a full 180 into good, having no memory and no experience with being good. It's not like she's an expert magic user after one lesson.
Indeed, because she's definitely not Artharno, which was my harebrained idea from last time. Just I thought it was a funny little thought experiment. But at any rate, Gav does manage to kind of shut her down, though, and is like, look, number one, you're right. Number two, I probably could have done something. Number three, we don't have time to argue about this right now, because number four, I came here to ask you for help.
Yeah, we are in trouble.
Yeah, and actually kind of shuts her up a little bit with, look, you're the master strategist here. We could use some strategy. And she's like, okay, well, in order to formulate a proper strategy, we kind of really need to know what's going on. So it seems to me that we finally need to figure out what this ritual is. And Gav's like, it hasn't really worked for me so far. But she points out, if Zarkanar is here now, that means he probably has the spell with him. This is a big, complicated ritual. You don't just rely on your memory for that. There's a reason wizards have notes.
Yeah, exactly. Books and scrolls, etc.
Exactly. So that means he's probably got it with him. So now's the opportunity to go and take a look at that paper.
Mm-hmm.
And Gav's like, you know what? That is a sound strategy, but it's not going to be easy because Zarkanar is a big scary wizard and he's probably got his stuff all warded.
And this is the big ritual. I'm sure he's got it well protected.
Yeah. So Lord Chicken Pants here is like, okay, well, leave it to me. If it's warded against people, it's probably not warded against chickens. I could sneak into his room while he's distracted and I'll do the heroic thing because I'm a hero. And this clearly calls for a hero. And Gav actually thinks about that for a second and goes, no, you know what? We've had nothing but heroes storming the castle for the past several weeks, and that has not turned out well for anybody involved. We clearly don't need a hero. What we need is somebody who's beneath suspicion. And at the moment, sadly, that's me, because he thinks he's got me beat. So I'm kind of the one who has to do that. And Eliasha actually kind of is like, a little. He gets the sense that she's a little proud of him for making that decision.
A little proud for doing something so selfless and brave.
And so they are like, okay, well, that's settled, but how are we going to get you to sneak into his room? And Gav goes, I might have one person that we can call on. And he goes off to go talk to Velevna, but he passes through the kitchen on the way.
Oh, the kitchen. Okay, Orla is quickly becoming my favorite.
You've said that every time we've encountered Orla, so is she quickly becoming your favorite, or is she just at this point
honestly, I think she's arrived. She has arrived at my favorite. I adore Orla as a character. She's great.
Yeah, she's having a little cry. Another goblin's like patting her on the back there.
It's all right. He let me wear an apron, and this was my chance. I've been waiting through 6 masters to do this, and I ruined it, and she's just letting it all out.
Yeah, and Gav's like, no, listen, Orla, it's fine. Yes, dinner was bad, but you get better with practice. We'll organize a nice tea or something, assuming we all survive the next few days.
And he said, they tore into the dessert.
Yeah, the dessert went really well. And as we discussed last time, she's clearly a very gifted
pastry chef.
100%. Just she needs more help in the kitchen for the mains. That's what she needs. Yeah. And she's very thankful. And Gav is also like, also, what happened to your weird goblin accent?
And she's like, master, not notice weird accent. What?
And Gav quickly realizes that she's been pretending to be a dumb goblin because, again, that's the aesthetic, right?
Yeah. More and more of this castle is strictly, keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
So much of what Gavrax had, his whole thing, his magic, his home, his staff, everything was all just keeping up appearances.
Yeah. Now, it turns out that Throck and Gribeetle do actually talk that way. Throck because he's actually an idiot.
He's actually that dumb.
You'd have to be in order to be the captain of Gavrax, the Dreadlord's Guard. And Gribeetle really looks up to him and so emulates him.
Yes.
But the rest of the goblins apparently talk normal.
Yeah.
Amongst themselves, certainly.
Poor Gav's just revelation upon revelation about how false-fronted everything is.
Yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of it was probably false-fronted for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now he's just like, just talk normal. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. We're
And
not doing this anymore.
Also, I don't have time to discuss this right now. We will plan something later. Off he goes to see Volevna, who answers the door to her room wearing the slinkiest silken gown.
She continues to be the femme fatale, just cranked all the way up to 11.
Yeah. Gav legitimately is like, I could probably sneeze on that and it would just fly away.
She, again, she has a thing.
Yep.
It's a lot. She leans into it real hard.
And he's like, I need your help. And she's like, you need my help, do you? And he's like, no, I actually need your help.
As distracting as that is, no.
And so they sit down and he kind of lays it out. Like, look, here's the deal. Obviously, I'm in over my head here. I get the suspicion that you are thinking the same thing. And she's like, it's crossed my mind.
Oh, yes.
So here's the deal. Why don't we try to find out what exactly the plan is? I'll sneak into Zarkanar's room and I will see if I can get a look at his notes, see what this ritual is all about. And then, at the very least, we know what we're dealing with. What I need is someone to distract him for half an hour.
And she's like, distract him. Do you know what you're asking me to do? And he's like, whatever you like. I didn't mean that.
Oh, no. And here's the thing. I don't think Volevna was particularly interested in trying to seduce Zarkanar. She actually straight out says, he's not going to fall for that.
To his credit, Gav was like, I don't care how you do it. Yeah. I didn't mean that.
Volevna actually has a plan. She's like, I'm actually one step ahead of you here because I think I do know a way to keep him distracted for a little bit. And that is, assuming that you're okay with us poking and prodding at your pretty little princess.
And Gav's like,
yeah.
Right? That feeling in his gut because he doesn't want to.
Yeah. She's like, look, it's pretty obvious to everyone here, because you have a terrible poker face, that you've developed a bit of an attachment to the princess. I just need to go in Zarkanar's ear and suggest that maybe the two of you did a little something and she's maybe no longer a virgin.
Yeah, maybe she's not this royal virgin that we actually need.
And Gav's like, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this. And she's like, it's cool. Don't worry. It wouldn't be like a physical exam. Those are easy to screw up anyway. There's some intense magic that we could do to check it out. And it would buy you a little time to do your little sneaky sneak. And Gav's like, I don't like it, but I don't see any other option. So we're going to go ahead with that. So that evening, off camera, after Volevna has 30 minutes to change into something a little less.
Into something a little more.
Yeah. She goes off and manages to lure away Zarkanar to go and check on Princess Eliasha. Gav, in the meantime, is actually kind of a genius idea.
It is.
In order to sneak through the wards, I just need to present as part of the castle. Because the wards are just going to try to protect stuff from things that aren't supposed to be there. And if I'm just enough of the room...
Yeah, he doesn't have to convince the wards to let him in. He needs to convince the room
that he belongs there.
That he belongs there.
And wouldn't you know it, Zarkanar's in his throne room, and his whole persona has been built around being in that throne room.
Looking like it's his throne room, that he belongs there.
So yeah, he chars some moat squid and puts it on his face, really in the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, gets himself into those now tattered and burnt flamey robes.
Yep,
the big scary ones.
The big scary ones. He grabs a torch, one of the torches that add to the ambiance.
Yeah.
And he's just going full Gavrax the Dread Lord. And is like, if I don't look like I belong in this room right now, no one does. And that's kind of where we end the chapter, with him attempting to trick the wards into thinking that he's part of the room.
Yeah.
So that he can sneak a look at the ritual.
It's kind of like flying under the magical radar,
Yeah. No, I actually thought it was a really smart thing to do.
Me too.
It's I'm not going to be
room, not fighting the magic. It's so smart.
The room is what's warded, and I'm not going to be able to break Zarkanar's wards. I just need to convince them that I'm part of the room.
Yeah. It's great.
Perfect. No notes. Well done, Gav.
Interested to see how this is going to go horribly wrong, because Gav's luck.
Here's the thing, though. Gav's had nothing but terrible luck so far, and we're in the back, third of the book at this point.
That's true.
I think this might work.
I hope it does.
Yeah, I
genuinely hope something finally goes his way. I hope it does.
That things might be starting to turn around for old Gav.
These feel like famous last words.
Yeah, well, it very well could be. But and also, as we've discussed before, Zarkanar and Gavrax, the Dreadlord, were clearly cut from the same cloth. And Zarkanar very much has arrogance and hubris. So this seems like the kind of flying under the radar thing that would be beneath notice. So
I hope so. Indeed. Oh, I hope so.
So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll find out as we read Chapter 13, Lucky Chapter 13, which you're going to want to read up on in time for next week. In the meantime, of course, as always, you can give us a little rating and review on your podcatcher of choice.
Because we appreciate those very, very much.
We sure do. You can also heap us with praise on social media.
By all means, pick your poison. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, and Blue Sky. We are at the Read Along on most of them.
Yeah, something I haven't mentioned in a long time, or maybe even at all. On Blue Sky, I maintain a list of all of the featured authors who we've ever had on the podcast. So that's a good way if you want to kind of follow some of them and see what they're up to lately. And we certainly recommend it because most of them continue to publish to this day.
Which is great.
And most of them have made the migration over to Blue Sky, so that is a good place to go check that out. Also, of course, you can send us an email.
Oh, we love emails. You can reach us at thereadalong@gmail.com.
And with that said, as always, we love you very much, and we'll see you next time.
For sneaky sneakiness.
Thank you for joining us on The Read Along with your hosts, Anita and Scott Bourgeois. All Read Along music is by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Cover art is by Aaron Beaver. Be sure to join us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Read Along, and check out our group on Goodreads.com.